princess stood up abruptly and interrupted her. I don't like him at all. After saying that, she quickly slipped away. This confused Ivy a little. Aren't we talking about Sage's matter? Interesting. I must know. Who exactly is this person? He is just an ordinary mortal. He chose to live alone in a secluded mountain because he was afraid of demons. However, he became the sage in the eyes of all cultivators. No matter if he is an emperor ruling a country, or the sect leader occupying one region, they all come to worship him. Just then Nathan, holding the things Austin gave him, was happily preparing to leave. He was suddenly stopped by Lily's grandmother Ellie. Ellie suddenly knelt down in front of Nathan, begging him to save Lily. It turns out that since Lily was rescued from the leopard demon last time, although her body returned, her soul did not. After Nathan's observation, he found that Lily is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Although he knows what the illness is, Nathan cannot save her, because he didn't study clinical psychology. He had to tell Ellie that he would come to treat Lily as soon as possible if he came up with a solution. At this moment, Nathan felt even more lost. He was ultimately just a useless mortal. If only I were a cultivator too. I will ask Lillian later to see if they have a way. They are cultivators, so they must have a way. At this moment, Nathan was not aware. There was a dark figure following him from behind. When Nathan returned home, the dark figure behind him also revealed its true face. It was Lingyun Immortal Pavilion Divine Maiden Ivy. Just as she was about to probe what kind of extraordinary person Nathan was, Lillian's family of 3 suddenly appeared, giving Ivy quite a scare. After exchanging greetings, Ivy is puzzled. Why would someone at the nascent soul realm suddenly come to this remote mountain? Journey to the West is truly one of the 4 great classical novels, even in the world of cultivation. Journey to the West embodies the principles of Taoism even more so. Speaking of when Ivy and Lillian found out that Nathan wanted to save Lily, Ivy immediately said, "In my Lingyun Immortal Pavilion, we have many medicines for treating spirits." But Lillian immediately said that she is still young and her spirit is too weak to use those medicines. It's better to let her wear the soul-nourishing jade. Wearing it long-term can heal a person's spirit. But the soul-nourishing jade takes time to take effect. It's said she needs to wear it for at least 10 years, or even 20 years. Looking at Ivy Lillian, who had a speechless expression on her face, she continued, "Ivy, your Lingyun Immortal Pavilion is the most powerful. But there are other ways." At this time, Nathan also asked if there are other ways. She stammered and said, "When I was a child, I fainted from a fright. Master used to tell me stories by my bedside to keep me company. But when it comes to solutions, Master was also at a loss and could not come up with any." At this point, the sect leader interjected, "Even your master was unable to find a solution. Is the Lingyun Immortal Pavilion only capable of this?" Ivy looked forlorn as she fidgeted with her fingers at this moment. At this moment, Nathan suddenly exclaimed excitedly, "No! Thanks to you reminding me, Ivy, I've come up with a solution." Only the spirit from the 3 souls and 7 spirits is the most difficult to heal. Nathan truly has a solution. Nathan shyly said, "I only know some clumsy mortal methods. But let's give it a try." But when they heard this, they understood it as, "The spirit is damaged." They actually used mortal means to repair it. Indeed, they are worthy of being called a sage. Outside the door, the sect leader was facing his wife and daughter, saying, "This time we have the opportunity to observe. It is truly a great fortune." As soon as they heard that Nathan was about to go out, they immediately wanted to follow along and travel together. When Nathan and his group arrived at Lily's residence, Ellie stepped forward and said, "If you can, please find a way to save Lily quickly." In just half a moment, her condition worsened. They were shocked to see Lily in such a serious condition. Nathan approached Lily gently and said, "Lily, I will tell you a story. I hope that after hearing the story, You won't be afraid of the demon, okay? The name of this story is Journey to the West. Blackie listened to this name. I have seen this in the bookcase at home. Nathan spoke slowly. Chaos undivided, heaven and earth in disarray. Vast and empty, no one in sight. Since Pangas shattered the chaos, distinguishing between clarity and turbidity from then on. Just a few sentences, exclaimed Lillian and the group. This is the ultimate truth of the universe. The four of them immediately sat upright on the ground, listening attentively as Nathan narrated. Journey to the West. The four of them listened while sobbing with excitement. Is this the law of development for all things, Tao? Nathan was still thinking at this time. If Lily were to think that the demon king Yukong is a mischievous and cute being, she might not be afraid of demons anymore. Suddenly Nathan found that the space below was filled with people at some point. He immediately felt embarrassed. It turned out that everyone liked to listen to stories so much. Nathan cleared his throat twice and got down to business. Stone Monkey rules over the troop of monkeys on Flower Fruit Mountain, living a carefree and happy life. Later, he sailed across the sea on a bamboo raft in pursuit of immortality. He sought apprenticeship to learn the art. After much difficulty, he was finally accepted as a disciple by the Bodhi Patriarch. However, Yukong asked, "Will I attain immortality by studying this?" These stories sounded in the ears of the four of them. It's like the sound of the Tao. They were still puzzled. It was Nathan who was speaking. Is he sharing his own experiences? After a long time, Nathan finally finished telling today's story. Foreseeing the future. Please stay tuned for the next episode. Am I going to make my debut as a storyteller? Am I going to become famous? At this moment, he looked down at Lily in his arms, unsure if this would work for Lily. At this moment, Lily's eyes finally lit up. She called out, "Brother Nathan." Great. It's effective. At this time, sect leader still had a look of lingering satisfaction. Nathan, can we continue to listen in tomorrow? They were full of expectations. Nathan is very happy. Of course you can. You can bring a chair tomorrow. It's easy to catch a cold sitting on the ground. 3 people are very excited. Selfless. Great love. He watched as the 3 people flew away on their swords. At this moment, Ivy said with a look of sadness, "I have been of no help today. It's my fault for not assisting at all. It's a disgrace to Lingyun Immortal Pavilion." How could it be? Thanks to your reminder today, I just thought of it. Using stories to correct children's perceptions is really a good way to heal the heart. In the future, you can come to my place more often. He is actually thinking that it is definitely right to make friends with Lingyun Immortal Pavilion, which is a very powerful cultivation sect. Ivy said excitedly, "Okay, Nathan, I will definitely come back tomorrow to listen to your teachings." After a while, Nathan bid farewell to everyone and prepared to go home. At that moment, he was suddenly stopped by a literati. Originally just an ordinary little carp. Now it has turned into a legendary 5-clawed golden dragon, just because it stayed in the fish pond at Nathan's house for a few months. When Nathan was about to leave, he was stopped by the literati in front of him. Who knew this guy opened his mouth and asked Nathan to teach him how to achieve immortality. Nathan was stunned for a moment after being asked. He awkwardly asked, "Have you read yourself stupid?" Even more awkwardly, he actually replied, "Can you tell? I am indeed not very smart." Nathan is completely speechless. This guy is really stupid. Nathan sighed helplessly. Throughout history, no one who pursued immortality had a good ending. 10 years witnessed the passing of spring and autumn. 100 years witnessed birth, aging, sickness, and death. A few thousand years lament the rise and fall of dynasties. 10,000 years witness the changing of celestial bodies. If mortals use only a day's perspective to glimpse the universe over millions of years, it's no different from trying to catch the moon in a well. Young man, focus on the present and take good care of yourself. I can only say this much for now. He said that, and then quickly turned around and left. Who would have known that this literati, upon hearing about being present and focused, actually excitedly burst into tears? Great wisdom. Nathan, upon hearing his laughter, got frightened and quickly ran away. This person is not someone to mess with. Run as fast as you can. At the foot of the Sword Sect's mountain gate at this moment, a big one and a small one are walking towards the Sword Sect. I only heard the little Taoist asking, "Master, the Sword Sect faced the challenge of the Sword Demon. Presumably, they have been destroyed. Why are we hurrying there? Brooks and I have been fighting secretly for over 100 years as sword cultivators. Now, he has died tragically at the hands of the Sword Demon. Who else will there be besides me to collect his body?" Just at that moment, he unexpectedly saw Brooks, his wife, and child. He was suddenly shocked and exclaimed, "Feigning death!" Brooks, upon hearing this, exclaimed, "Oh, Dylan, how come you're here?" Dylan exclaimed in surprise, "Brooks, how come you're not dead? I was just about to come over to claim your body." Then he seemed to remember something. "Did Sword Demon challenge you and you ran away? Run away yourself and take a look at this." He saw the chi in Brooks' hand. Dylan was shocked. "You have entered the soul projection realm." Brooks immediately said with great excitement, "Surely, the Sword Sect is blessed with profound blessings and divine favor. The Sword Demon was just a small personal trial for me. Dylan, you don't need to envy too much. Everyone has their own destiny." At this time, Dylan clapped his hands together. In learning, there is no distinction between teacher and student. Congratulations to you. Cultivators pursue immortality, but how many can truly achieve it? It seems like you are going to outlive me. Dylan, are you suggesting that your lifespan is coming to an end? I have less than 50 years left in my life. I thought I could help you with your funeral arrangements. I didn't expect that I would be the only one left. Brooks heaved a long sigh at this point. I'll tell you the truth. Help me with my cultivation breakthrough and defeat the Sword Demon. There is someone else. Dylan was shocked. Brooks continued, We have a history of grievances. I can't bear to see you exhaust your last shred of energy. Dylan exclaimed excitedly. Brooks chuckled. Do you have a way? I'll take you to hear a story tomorrow. The next day, Nathan continued telling the story of Journey to the West. There were already a crowd of people around him. At this moment, Nathan noticed two unfamiliar faces. Nathan saw that both of them were sweating profusely. He thought they were feeling unwell, so he handed them a towel to wipe away the sweat. Dylan tremblingly took the towel. He shakily said thank you. I'm fine. The reason they are so afraid is that they discovered that the divine maiden of the Lingyun Immortal Pavilion next to them has turned into an obsessed fan. Who is this clueless young man in front of them? Let's continue to listen to what Nathan has to say. Picking up from where we left off. Patriarch said, Now that you're here, I'm happy to talk as well. I should impart to you the way of immortality. The three people below lit up with excitement at the mention of the way to immortality. Patriarch said, The profound and subtle teachings of integrating the visible and hidden paths emphasize nurturing life, as its true essence cannot be explained by others. Everyone should focus on refining their essence, energy, and spirit. Stop energy leakage, conceal it within your body. Through receiving and transmitting teachings, you will flourish and thrive. Three people were greatly surprised. This is the way to immortality. He only spoke a few words casually and revealed it. We couldn't understand a single word. Nathan just finished talking about today's content. Suddenly, it started raining. However, these two old men thought that Nathan's words were following the law, which caused the changes in the world. Nathan saw that it started to rain unexpectedly. He regretted not bringing an umbrella. He shouted, Why is it raining so heavily all of a sudden? It's so troublesome. Hey, please stop raining quickly. The two old men nearby were startled by this. Meanwhile, at Nathan's home, a 5-clawed golden dragon soared into the air from the pond. Blackie and Whitey on the side were frightened. Master's cart flew away. Will he be angry? The rain stopped right after that. The few people on the side were shocked. He even said he wasn't immortal. Now even a pig wouldn't believe he's not immortal. Just then, the literati from yesterday came running over again. He excitedly said, "I have recorded all your stories. With Nathan's permission, I hope to spread this story far and wide." Nathan quickly responded, "Your idea is not bad. Just don't get too close." "Can I have your name to leave for the author?" Nathan responded excitedly. "Absolutely not. I didn't write the book." "Do you know the author's name is Wu Cheng'en?" The literati immediately changed their expression when they heard this. I suddenly understood. Nathan was amazed at my talent, so I went back to compile the material, but before I knew it, he disappeared in the blink of an eye. Nathan couldn't help but be speechless again. The others beside him also showed a sudden realization expression. So that's how it is. Ivy also said at this time, "Right, this signature is really profound. Journey to the West will definitely cause a sensation in the cultivation world." Nathan is not only willing to share this profound wisdom, but also decided to give it a name himself. This means not to receive grace, not to need grace or affection. Nathan couldn't help but be speechless. What are they talking about? This tiger demon is also too miserable. Just because Nathan said a sentence about the taste of eating wild animals together. His Majesty the Demon King was turned into a dish by humans. Just now, when Nathan and the others were saying goodbye and preparing to leave, he said, "Next time come to my place as a guest. Let's hunt some wild meat and cook it together." Brooks was puzzled about the meaning of wild meat. Lillian said, "I have known Nathan the longest. Naturally, I understand what he means." Last time, the leopard demon injured Lily. Nathan turned it into wild meat, which I presume means he's still angry. Nathan holds a grudge against demons. Nathan asked us to send over some wild meat, which is also a hint for us. This story of Tao wisdom shouldn't be taken lightly. We must take action. If Nathan heard these words now, he would probably be greatly wronged. Ivy smiled and said, "This is simple. I will kill a few demons right away and send them to Nathan." Lillian exclaimed excitedly, "I know a place where a tiger demon king at the nascent soul realm resides. Why don't we start with it?" Ivy's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Tiger demon king sounds great. It would be a big gain." Brooks shook his head and sighed. "Young and impulsive. That's a demon king after all." Ivy, however, said disdainfully, "If it can make Nathan happy." No matter how many lowly demon kings there are, we have neatly sent them all over. I didn't expect that the divine maiden of Lingyun Immortal Pavilion would have such a personality. And at this moment, Tiger Mountain, 100 miles away. The Tiger Demon King was lounging comfortably on his throne. At this moment, a little demon exclaimed in fear, "What is that on your head?" Only to see a big danger character suddenly appearing on his head. The next day, Nathan, who was drying clothes at home, heard a knocking on the door. He opened the door and saw two people. In front of the two people, there were unexpectedly 3 giant wild beasts. A small token of affection, not a sign of respect. We didn't play much, but it's all fresh. Looking at wild meat Nathan in front of me, I think if this were in the previous life, he would have been in jail for a long time. But the next second, he is all excited. Reborn is really good. He immediately dragged the wild meat into the house. Let the two of them sit down first. He then went to prepare the ingredients. Nathan happily bounced around in the kitchen. How to do it well. The cultivator unexpectedly brought so many good things. I have to entertain them well too. He soon figured it out. Yes, let's have hot pot for the meat. He made tiger meat rolls and lion meat rolls in no time. There's also a split hot pot base. When everyone sees this hot pot and the sizzling dishes, they are once again shocked beyond belief. Why is this meat in this shape? What is this? It looks so cute. This pot has the pattern of Tai Chi. This is clearly the way of yin and yang. Dylan also said seriously at this time. I never thought that this pot intended to harmonize yin and yang, the chaos of Tai Chi. So it is said. Clear soup and spicy hot. Both meat and vegetarian ingredients. Enjoy the essence of its taste. Further refine them in the abdomen. Then refine them through the essence of the stomach. Finally, discharge them out of the body. They can then nourish all things on the earth. It goes on and on, life continues without end. I have learned. Nathan, on the other hand, looked completely confused. Just a pot. These cultivators are really interesting. Nathan busily welcomed everyone to eat quickly. But they had no idea where to start. Totally clueless about how to eat. Nathan immediately demonstrated to them how to eat hot pot. He picked up a piece of meat with his chopsticks. He put the meat into the pot. Wait for the meat to cook, dip it in some sauce, and then eat it. The two of them took a bite. They were immediately conquered by the taste. Brooks watched as the two people gobbled up the food hungrily. The girl is not too reserved. The elderly have trouble digesting too much meat. I'll try some vegetables. But he glanced at the vegetables on his plate. He was immediately shocked. There was a Taoist aura in these vegetables. Nathan said at this time, These vegetables are all very fresh. They were all grown by myself. Brooks suddenly realized after hearing this. So that's how it is. Since they were grown by Nathan, it's no wonder they have a Taoist aura. At this moment, Brooks signaled to Dylan. Dylan, eat more. Vegetables are good for your health. It might help you live longer. Dylan immediately understood his meaning. He started eating right away. And at this moment, in a remote part of the deep mountains, two fox demons were leisurely walking. One of them was a six-tailed fox, while the other was actually a nine-tailed fox. Just listen to the six-tailed fox saying, Sister, please don't shape transformation, okay? Shape transformation is very dangerous. It involves experiencing heavenly tribulation and several heavenly thunders. If we are not careful, we will scatter our souls. Listening to the incessant chatter of the six-tailed fox and nine-tailed fox nearby, I am speechless. Can't you say something auspicious? Because if you successfully undergo shape transformation, you will become very weak. Cultivators within dozens of miles will all know it and come to take your demon core. At this point, the nine-tailed fox tapped the six-tailed fox on the head. Even if I successfully undergo shape transformation and am barely alive, don't I still have you to protect me? You must protect me. Seeing the opportunity, the nine-tailed fox immediately leaped into the distance. I know the dangers of shape transformation, but this shape is imperative. Humans and demons are on different paths. Only by transforming into human form can I be by his side and serve him, repaying him for saving my life. At this moment, a massive bolt of lightning struck down from the sky. Nathan, who was chopping wood at the time, couldn't help but feel frustrated. Why does it have to rain every time? Nathan, who was running. He suddenly saw a huge lightning strike behind him. This really scared him. He quickly hid in a cave, trembling with fear. How could there be such thunder in the world? Is it the end of the world? Suddenly Nathan discovered. It seems like all the thunder is striking in one place. Several cultivators in the distance saw the 9 heavenly thunders and the 1,000-year fox demon-shaped transformation. This is truly a stroke of luck falling from the sky. If I can obtain its demon core, breaking through in cultivation will be a piece of cake. Nathan just lamented that his firewood was soaked by the rain. As a result, he saw a naked young woman. He stood still for several seconds. Only then did Nathan react. He immediately covered his nose with both hands. He was excited in his heart. Beauty. Immediately, he closed his eyes, turned red, and muttered, Disaster for the country and the people. Why aren't you wearing clothes? The girl was excited at this moment. I'm so lucky to meet my benefactor again after undergoing shape transformation. It turns out that this girl is the 9-tailed fox from before. 3 years ago, when she was still a 7-tailed fox, she met a cultivator and was seriously injured. She was fortunately rescued by her benefactor. Not only did she recover from her injuries in just 3 years, but she also grew 9 tails. Thank the heavens for letting my shape transformation succeed and allowing me to meet my benefactor again. At this point, Nathan was seen taking off his own clothes. The girl nervously asked, "What are you going to do?" She didn't finish her sentence. She then saw Nathan draping his coat over the girl. And then she heard Nathan say, "Don't worry, I'm not a bad person. You'll be fine. You're weak. I'll take you for treatment." After saying that, he gestured for the girl to lie on top of him. Nathan carried her on his back and walked. The six-tailed fox hiding on the side was filled with anger. Despicable humans. Although Sister successfully went through the heavenly tribulation vital pulse, she was scattered. She is only holding on by a thread of life. She won't survive another month. If it weren't for this man, my sister wouldn't have chosen shape transformation, and she wouldn't have died. When my sister passed away, I must personally send this man down to accompany her in death. At this moment, cultivators within a radius of hundreds of miles have all become aware of the demon's shape-shifting ability, and are rushing over. Meanwhile, Princess from the Immortal Dynasty is looking in the direction of the heavenly thunder. She murmured, "That's the direction where Nathan is. What is this demon trying to achieve by giving up its 1,000-year cultivation in shape transformation? You must know how precious its demon core is. It will surely attract countless people fighting over it. What should we do if they cause too much trouble and disturb Nathan's rest? Wouldn't it be terrible if he couldn't sleep well and his health suffered from being disturbed too much?" Empress on the side remained speechless. "Are you worried about this?" Princess was shocked. "I must not let this happen. The person who arrived is my own father Emperor ever since you told me about Sage's deeds. I feel that Sage chose to settle in my heavenly dragon immortal dynasty. This is an honor for our immortal dynasty. If he is offended by anyone, it may be due to our inadequate hospitality. If he leaves because he is disturbed by someone, the loss would be significant." The mother and daughter both nodded repeatedly in agreement. Emperor then asked his daughter to lead the way to Nathan's place. "If anyone disturbs Sage's peace, we will take care of it on the spot." They are currently not far from Nathan's residence. 2 old men are sitting in a dragon-shaped position. They hear Brooks say, "Dylan, congratulations on your cultivation breakthrough to soul projection. You become nearly immortal again, thanks to Sage's cooking. But Brooks, we are even now. It's just that you had a cultivation breakthrough, and you came to Nathan's place to guard the door. You look very leisurely." Of course, I'm not trying to monopolize the opportunity. I'm just worried that Sage's peaceful cultivation might be disturbed by flies. We have a similar view. It is indeed a bit noisy here. How about we compare notes? Let's see who can drive away the flies better. Let's compare in more detail. And then I saw countless people in the distance being blown away one after another. And at this time, Nathan brought the girl with the 9-tailed fox-shaped transformation back home and placed her on the bed. "Don't worry, it is very secluded and safe here." As soon as he finished speaking, there was a deafening sound of rumbling. "It's okay. Maybe the thunder from before hasn't finished yet. It is very quiet and safe here." The girl nodded repeatedly with a smile. Nathan continued, "You are severely injured and in critical condition. Let me treat you, okay? Listen to me. You need to rest for a while. If you have nowhere else to go, stay with me for now. What do you think?" The girl couldn't help but blush a little and said, "I'll listen to you. What's your name? I'll go along with whatever you say." Nathan was speechless for a moment. She couldn't possibly follow me in this. "Don't you have a name?" The girl hesitated, saying, "No, I can't." Nathan suddenly realized at this moment. Could it be? She is a maid from a wealthy family. She was born without human rights, she has suffered hardships, and she doesn't even have a name. She managed to escape after much difficulty. She is homeless, and was robbed and seriously injured. Thinking about this, Nathan couldn't help but feel sorry for her. Nathan also thought, if I save her today, wouldn't I become her savior? According to the plot development, if I treat her well, she might repay me by offering herself to me. Then we could naturally start living together. At the thought of this, Nathan immediately said softly to the girl, don't be afraid. No matter what pain you've experienced in the past, it's over. From today on, I will take care of you. If you don't have a name, I'll call you Nova, okay? The girl, upon realizing that her benefactor had chosen a name for her, was overwhelmed with excitement. She tried to contain her excitement and shyly said, I'll listen to benefactor. Then she was about to gather her courage to say something. She saw that Nathan had already walked to the door and said, then I'll go and prepare the medicine first. Outside, Nathan was full of excitement and anticipation. This was his first time being alone in a room with a woman. We talked so closely together. After a while, he calmed down. He happily went to decoct the medicine. However, the girl inside the house sensed what Nathan was doing outside. She couldn't help but laugh softly. Then she repeated her name with a happy expression on her face. Can you imagine the majestic and overbearing dragon in front of you? It just glanced at Nathan. It scared Jim back into hiding. It also set off a firework to please Nathan. The immortal emperor on the side was also stunned. You are the treasure of my majestic immortal dynasty that guards the country. Can you have some dignity? Speaking of which, the three of them were happy intercepting some of the idle people for Nathan. Suddenly a voice came. Ivy, who are you guys referring to as irrelevant people? The three people looked towards the voice and were immediately shocked. It turned out to be Emperor in person. The three of them quickly bowed and greeted the Emperor. Although the Emperor is not very knowledgeable, he has pure royal blood after all. He is originally at the top of the Heavenly Dragon Immortal Dynasty. I didn't expect him to personally come here from the palace. The Emperor even rolled his eyes suspiciously. When did reaching the soul projection realm become so easy? Princess obviously noticed her father Emperor's doubts. They must have received help from Nathan. Brooks immediately said, that's right. Nathan helped me eradicate the sword demon of the sword sect. Dylan also smiled and said, Nathan gave me a hot pot, helping me extend my originally frail life with a cultivation breakthrough. Ivy, on the other hand, looked shy as she said, Nathan imparted the Tao wisdom from the journey to the west, which I had the privilege to hear. It was extremely beneficial. The Emperor, upon hearing this, expressed his genuine admiration. He could not express it himself, and could only cry alone. At this moment, the Emperor said, let's go visit Nathan, and see if there are any other ways he can help us. When the group arrived at Nathan's residence, Emperor saw the jade he gave to his daughter hanging at the door at a glance. Brooks and Dylan stared at the jade with great interest. This is the Phoenix jade you gave to Emperor, right? It seems that Nathan has recarved it. No wonder last time a phoenix flew out from inside. This ordinary stone has turned into a magical object. Emperor was suddenly upset. I guess Sage must have thought that this jade was too low-end. No wonder nothing good has happened to us since then. I have been despised by Sage. I have to make amends. Nathan heard the noise outside the door and opened it to take a look. How come you all came together? It's really lively. The Emperor saw that the sage had come out and immediately bowed to pay his respects. When he learned that this was the current ruler of the Heavenly Dragon Immortal Dynasty, Nathan was greatly astonished. Isn't that the national leader? He hurriedly bowed and paid his respects. At this moment, Nathan said, I happen to have something to consult with you for help. Everyone wouldn't miss this opportunity for flattery, and they all promised to do their best to help. Just then, Nathan said, just now, lightning struck a girl. I want to ask you guys to see if you can help. How can we save this girl? As soon as everyone saw Nova, they were shocked to see that she was the demon of shape transformation. Nova immediately shrank into the corner as soon as he saw it. They are here to catch me. Nathan asked in confusion. Are you trying to catch her? This almost scared them silly. If this is misunderstood by Sage, we are here to catch the shape transformation demon. Several people immediately looked righteous. We are all good people. Nathan quickly stepped forward and whispered quietly. Whose servant girl is this girl, who has suffered so much? She finally managed to escape. She mistook you for bad people coming to take her back. Everyone nodded in agreement. Nathan, whatever you say is what it is. Nathan also turned back and made a gesture to Nova. Nova felt shy as soon as she saw Nathan. Let's listen to Benefactor. She was unfortunately struck by lightning and is now seriously injured. If you could help to see if there is any way to treat her, it would be a great help. However, in their worldview, being struck by heavenly thunder means that life has already come to an end. She is now like a withered tree, powerless to return to the heavens. Ivy was about to say that they were also powerless. However, they then heard Nathan say seriously, if it's solely up to me, it will take some effort and time. And then, in Ivy's shock, Nathan fed Nova the medicine. They immediately saw golden light radiating from Nova's body. Ivy's face immediately blushed with peach blossoms. This is the heavenly thunder. This is tantamount to snatching people from the hands of the heavens. What exactly is Nathan's existence? And Nathan sees Nova shining, still naively thinking. Originally, the beautiful girl is taking medication. That's why she shines. Ivy immediately flattered, saying, Nathan, we have many spirit medicines in our Lingyun Immortal Pavilion that should help with Nova's injuries. The two old men wouldn't let Ivy flatter alone, even mentioning that their own sect also has spirit medicine. The Emperor was not calm at this time either. Nathan, I will return to the palace to get the medicine for you now. But please accept this first. Thank you for your advice and guidance. You have solved the dilemma of the Heavenly Dragon Immortal Dynasty. Who would have thought that the Emperor, in order to restore his image, actually gave away the national treasures? Nathan suddenly felt embarrassed. You are all too polite. I feel embarrassed now. Although he said that, he did not feel a bit embarrassed at all. He directly opened the box given to him by the Emperor. However, the moment he opened the box, a golden dragon unexpectedly flew out of the box. The golden dragon spoke in human language. What summons me? Others were shocked that this was not the national treasure dragon of the Heavenly Dragon Immortal Dynasty. But this golden dragon is less handsome than Nathan. He suddenly dodged into Jim and dared not come out again. Emperor also didn't know how many times he had changed his mind. Our majestic Heavenly Dragon Immortal Dynasty's national treasure dragon actually hid away. However, Nathan completely disregarded the astonishment of others. Instead, he exclaimed excitedly, Did it just breathe fire? It happened so fast, I didn't see clearly. Emperor quickly approached and enthusiastically added, Indeed, indeed. It can breathe fire.